Kane's color chaos. One ordinary day in the circus. Well, as ordinary as things can be, Kane decided to spice up their lives with a new game. With a snap of his fingers, he changed the rules of reality in the digital circus, turning the entire environment into a kaleidoscope of shifting colors and patterns. The sky turned to neon polka dots, the ground to vibrant plaid, and even the characters themselves glowed in ridiculous colors. Pomni looked down, horrified to find her normally monochrome outfit turned into a blinding rainbow. "Kane, what did you do to us?" she shouted, trying to shield her eyes from her own reflection. "This, my dear Pomni, is my latest game, Color Chaos." Kane floated through the air, his toothy grin wide as he admired his work. "You'll all need to find the single object that remains its original color. If you don't, you'll be stuck like this forever." Jax, the smug bunny, rolled his eyes, crossing his arms. "So we just gotta find a thing that's not flashing like a strobe light? Easy." But as the group began their search, it became clear this wasn't going to be a simple task. Everything was blinding, pulsing, and changing constantly. They split up, each heading in different directions of the circus to search for the object that could return things to normal. Pomni teamed up with Zubul, who looked at their patchwork self in complete disgust. "I look like someone spilled paint on a glitch," Zubul complained. "I think you look kinda cool," Gangle tried to say in her usual awkward optimism, but Zubul wasn't buying it. As they searched, Jax wandered lazily through the landscape. He stumbled across what looked like a small, unassuming rock, completely gray. With a shrug, he kicked it, only to watch in shock as it suddenly split open, revealing a massive Technicolor worm that shot rainbow sparks in every direction. "Of course it's never easy," he muttered, dodging the sparks. Meanwhile, Pomni, Zubul, and Gangle found themselves trapped in a bizarre maze of mirrors. Each mirror warped their appearances, making Pomni's head 5 times larger, and Zubul stretch out like a slinky. "Kane, you maniac!" Pomni yelled into the void. Finally, after hours of bizarre encounters, Zubul had turned into a glittering disco ball at one point. The group reunited. Gangle, surprisingly, had found the solution. She had a small white handkerchief that hadn't changed at all. She timidly waved it. I think this is it." Kane reappeared in a flash. "Well done," he exclaimed, returning the world to normal. "You've beaten the game, but don't worry, I have more tricks up my sleeve." Jax groaned. "Great, can't wait." The mysterious melody. One evening, as the digital circus was preparing for its nightly performance, a hauntingly beautiful melody began to play through the speakers. It was unlike anything anyone had heard before, ethereal and enchanting, yet oddly unsettling. Pomni was the first to notice the melody. "Where is that music coming from?" she asked, looking around. Kinger and Jax joined her, but the source of the melody remained a mystery. As the melody continued to play, strange things started happening. Props moved on their own, and the lights flickered in rhythm with the haunting tune. The atmosphere in the circus grew increasingly eerie, and the performers became unsettled. Zil, always calm under pressure, decided to investigate the source of the melody. With Pomni, Kinger, and Jax in tow, he followed the sound to an old hidden storage room beneath the circus tent. Inside the room, they discovered an ancient dusty music box sitting on a pedestal. The music box was intricately designed, with symbols and patterns that glowed softly. It was the source of the mysterious melody. Jax carefully examined the music box. "It's been enchanted with a complex set of algorithms," he explained. "It's creating a melody that interacts with the digital systems in the circus." As they studied the music box, they realized that it was designed to harmonize with the circus's systems, but its enchantment had become misaligned over time, causing the strange occurrences. To restore balance, the team needed to recalibrate the music box's enchantments. Pomni and Kinger worked on synchronizing the melody with the circus's systems, while Jax adjusted the digital algorithms. Zil, with his artistic touch, ensured that the melody maintained its enchanting quality. Once the recalibration was complete, the melody played harmoniously, and the circus returned to its usual vibrant self. The music box, now perfectly tuned, became a cherished artifact of the digital circus. The performers ended the night with a performance inspired by the mysterious melody, blending the haunting tune with their usual spectacular acts. The audience was entranced, and the digital circus added another magical chapter to its story, the forgotten fantasia. During a routine cleanup of the digital circus's archives, Pomni discovered an old, dusty reel labeled The Forgotten Fantasia. Intrigued, she brought it to Zil, Kinger, and Jax. "What's this?" she asked. Zil's eyes sparkled with excitement. The Forgotten Fantasia was an old circus act we used to perform. It was a magical and fantastical show, but we lost it in a system update years ago. Eager to revive the old magic, the team decided to recreate the act. They set up the stage, dusted off old costumes, and rehearsed the routines. The Forgotten Fantasia was a show of illusions, enchantments, and whimsical characters, full of magical tricks and delightful surprises. As they rehearsed, strange things began to happen. Props started moving on their own, and illusions became unpredictable. It seemed that the Fantasia was resisting being brought back to life. The old code was unstable and interfering with their efforts. Jax took charge of troubleshooting the issues. He discovered that the reel contained corrupted data and outdated algorithms that were causing the glitches. With his technical expertise, he worked tirelessly to clean up and update the code. Meanwhile, Pomni and Kinger focused on the performance side. They adapted the old routines to fit the new system, ensuring that the magic of the Fantasia remained intact while avoiding the glitches. After several long days of hard work, the team was ready for the grand reopening of the Forgotten Fantasia. The audience was captivated by the enchanting display of illusions and whimsy, and the act was met with thunderous applause. Zil, with a contented smile, remarked, "It's amazing how something old can be revitalized with a bit of care and creativity." The Forgotten Fantasia became a cherished part of the digital circus once more, blending nostalgia with modern magic. The Cosmic Carousel. One clear night, the digital circus prepared for a special event, the unveiling of a new attraction, the Cosmic Carousel. Zil, always enthusiastic about new innovations, had designed this carousel to take performers and guests on a journey through a simulated galaxy. Pomni, Kinger, and Jax eagerly gathered around as Zil proudly presented the Cosmic Carousel. Its seats were shaped like celestial bodies, and the entire structure glowed with a mesmerizing starry light. It promised to be the most spectacular ride yet. The carousel's first spin was enchanting. As it began to rotate, it transported everyone through a dazzling display of nebulae, shooting stars and swirling galaxies. The performers were thrilled, laughing and enjoying the ride as they soared through the digital cosmos. However, halfway through the performance, the carousel began to malfunction. Instead of smoothly gliding through space, it started spinning erratically. The colors of the simulated galaxy began to clash and swirl chaotically. Pomni, quick on her feet, realized something was wrong with the carousel's control system. "The system's out of sync!" she shouted. Kinger, always ready for action, zipped around trying to stabilize the ride. Meanwhile, Jax raced to the control panel to diagnose the issue. Jax discovered that the carousel's virtual navigation system had been corrupted by a glitch. He quickly reprogrammed it, but the glitch had caused a deeper issue. The carousel's code was tangled in a cosmic web of errors. With Pomni and Kinger's help, Jax untangled the code and restored the carousel's smooth operation. The ride gradually returned to its serene, starry display. The audience, though initially alarmed, cheered as the cosmic carousel completed its journey through the galaxy. Zil was relieved and proud. "Sometimes even the stars need a little adjustment," he said with a wink. The performers celebrated with a grand finale, their cosmic adventure becoming a memorable part of the digital circus's history. The Lost Time Capsule. One day, while exploring the digital circus's forgotten corners, Pomni stumbled upon an old, dusty time capsule hidden beneath a pile of digital debris. Excitedly, she brought it to the center of the circus, where Zil, Kinger, and Jax gathered around. Zil's eyes widened with nostalgia. "This time capsule is from the early days of the digital circus," he said. "It's filled with memories and secrets from our past." They decided to open the capsule together. Inside, they found old photographs, vintage circus costumes, and a mysterious glowing orb. The orb seemed to hum with energy, and Jax immediately began examining it. The orb emitted a soft, melodic tune, and suddenly, the scene around them started to shift. They were transported back in time to the early days of the digital circus. The tent was simpler, the technology was rudimentary, but the excitement was the same. The team saw younger versions of themselves rehearsing for their first big show. They witnessed the dedication and creativity that went into building the circus from the ground up. As they watched, they realized how much they had grown and how much their circus had evolved. After a heartwarming trip down memory lane, the orb guided them back to the present. They returned to their current digital realm, filled with a renewed sense of pride and appreciation for their journey. They knew that no matter how much things changed, the spirit of the digital circus would always remain. Ragatha's Rewind roller coaster. It was another thrilling day at the amazing digital circus, and Ragatha was determined to make it the best day ever. She'd been working on a new act, a synchronized roller coaster routine that would combine speed, loops, and perfectly timed jumps, all set to a catchy 8-bit soundtrack. Ragatha's enthusiasm was infectious, and soon everyone, even the ever-cautious Pomni, was on board to try the ride. Kane, ever the showman, promised that this would be the most exciting ride in circus history. "And if anything goes wrong," Kane added with a mischievous grin, "we can always hit the rewind button." As the ride started, the coaster cars zoomed through digital tunnels, flipping and spinning in perfect harmony. Ragatha was at the front, beaming with pride as her plan seemed to work flawlessly. But then, just as they hit the first major loop, a massive glitch appeared on the track, a gaping hole of missing code right in their path. The coaster cars shot through the glitch, sending the group spinning out of control through corrupted data and broken animations. The track began to warp and bend in impossible ways, creating a nightmarish loop of endless drops and spirals. Zubul lost half her parts along the way. Gangle's comedy mask flipped to tragedy mid-loop, and Kinger was upside down, screaming something about giant bees. Kane, floating above the chaos, laughed with delight. "Oh, this is much better than what we planned. But how about we add a twist?" With a snap, Kane hit the rewind button. The roller coaster reversed, zooming backward at twice the speed. The performers were flung into reverse loops, experiencing the entire ride in chaotic rewind. Just when they thought it was over, Kane hit fast forward, speeding up the entire experience until it was nothing but a blur of screaming and spinning. Ragatha, trying to keep her cool, called out, "Kane, stop the ride!" But Kane, ever the playful ringleader, just laughed. "What fun is stopping? Let's do it again!" Finally, Pomni, who had been desperately calculating the chaos, managed to hit the emergency stop. The ride screeched to a halt. Or again, at the same time. Ragatha staggered off the ride, still trying to put on a brave face. "Well, maybe not exactly how I planned, but that was something." Kane laughed, still hovering. A splendid display of adaptability, Ragatha. And remember, in the amazing digital circus, the show is never truly over. It's just on loop. As everyone staggered back to their routines, Ragatha made a mental note. Next time, maybe just stick to something simpler, like juggling. And so, the circus continued, with every glitch and rewind adding to the never-ending adventure that was the amazing digital circus.